Okay, this video is a response to a question from the comments section where somebody asked how to tell apart INFP and INFJ. And in this video, I'm going to pose a question to those of you watching. And in the process, we're going to learn a little bit about how to type. So I'm going to read passages from Psychological Types. And so I'm going to read passages on the introverted feeling type and the introverted intuitive type. And then I'm going to show clips. One clip of an INFJ and one clip of an INFP celebrity, and then I'm just going to ask you guys in the comments to say which one you think is which one you think is an INFP and which one you think is an INFJ based on the passages I've read in this video. And I need to also add, I guess, for some people that aren't really sure of why I'm doing this, it's because if you're asking whether somebody is INFP or someone is INFJ, at the base level you're asking, is this person a dominant introverted feeler or is this person a dominant introverted intuitive? It's the same question. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to read two passages and then I'm going to show two videos, and then you guys decide which person is which. And we're going to start with the passage from Psychological Types, written by Carl Jung, on the introverted feeling type. Their outward demeanor is harmonious and inconspicuous. They reveal a delightful repose, a sympathetic parallelism, which has no desire to affect others, either to impress, influence, or change them in any way. Should this outer side be somewhat emphasized, a suspicion of neglectfulness and coldness may easily obtrude itself, which not seldom increases to a real indifference for the comfort and well-being of others. One distinctly feels the movement of feeling away from the object. With the normal type, however, such an event only occurs when the object has in some way too strong an effect. The harmonious feeling atmosphere rules only so long as the object moves upon its own way with a moderate feeling intensity and makes no attempt to cross the other's path. There is little effort to accompany the real emotions of the object, which tend to be damped and rebuffed, or to put it more aptly, are cooled off by a negative feeling judgment. Okay, so you might want to actually get the textbook and read through that, or you can just look at the section that's on the screen and you can read over that. Maybe you need to read it a couple times before it makes sense to you. But it's a general description here that you're going to use to apply to the clips. I'm going to read the section for the introverted intuitives now, but that was the introverted feelers, okay? Okay, this is the section I've chosen to read on the introverted intuitive type. The peculiar nature of introverted intuition, when given the priority, also produces a peculiar type of man, namely the mystical dreamer and seer on the one hand, or the fantastical crank and artist on the other. The latter might be regarded as the normal case, since there is a general tendency of this type to confine himself to the perceptive character of intuition. As a rule, the intuitive stops at perception. Perception is his principal problem, and in the case of a productive artist, the shaping of perception. But the crank contents himself with the intuition by which he himself is shaped and determined. Intensification of intuition naturally often results in an extraordinary aloofness of the individual from tangible reality. He may even become a complete enigma to his own immediate circle. If an artist, he reveals extraordinary, remote things in his art, which in iridescent profusion embrace both the significant and the banal, the lovely and the grotesque, the whimsical and the sublime. If not an artist, he is frequently an unappreciated genius, a great man gone wrong, a sort of wise simpleton, a figure for psychological novels. Okay, and that was a section for the introverted intuitive type. So just to recap, I've asked which one of the two, I'm going to show two videos coming up, which one of these two do you think is the introverted feeler, and which person do you think is the introverted intuitive? And then if you want, you can share in the comments and why you think so. And it's just based on these passages. Like, you can go get this book, you can download it, you can go to the store and buy it. And you can find this exact same text in the book Psychological Types, written by C.G. Jung. Okay, it's really going to help you answer questions like this. Like if you're saying, okay, I have a friend, or I know this person, I think they might be INFP, or they might be INFJ. Like, I know they're probably an NF. Like they give me this like humanitarian vibe, or whatever it is. It's like you're thinking for why you think that this person's an NF. If you think the person's an NF, and you have it down to whether it's an FI dominant person or an NI dominant person, you only have two choices. So actually going back and reading the text is the best way to figure out which one you have and to learn about this learn about this field of or not this field of psychology, but this type of psychology, because it originates from this book. All right, so I'm going to stop ranting right now. I'm going to just play the clips, and then let me know in the comments which one do you think is which, and let me know also, is this helpful? Because if it's helpful, then I'll just keep doing this for the different celebrity clips I have on my Instagram, and I can go through it and read other sections of the book that I think would be helpful in helping people determine somebody else's type, their own type, and all that good stuff.
A sense of a continuum of being that really was very highly networked, a mesh of being, and a kind of identity with that spread my consciousness and being out to a vast expanse in the, as vast as could be. You were like identified with a consciousness grid that was completely coextensive with all space. And it's been really challenging trying to paint that. You can have these visions, and anybody, I think, can have these kinds of visions, but then, like, how do you translate them into something that you can share with people?
When movies make us uncomfortable or challenge us or make us think differently. So I think I'm pleased about that part. That's how I felt making it. I think that's why I wanted to make the movie, right? Because it wasn't easy for me. I felt such a wide array of feelings towards Arthur Joker in preparing for the role, and the people that I studied for the character. I like that. There are things that I read about certain people that filled me with a fury and an anger towards them. And then as I would dig deeper into their lives and get into some of the trauma they experienced as children, my feelings would suddenly change.